Hey YouTube, my name is Nick, and in today's video I'm going to be opening a package that I got from Japan. And as you can tell by the title of the video, this is going to be my Steel Battalion controller set that I got for the original Xbox. And without further ado, we're going to crack this bad boy open and see what we got. I'm glad that this was packaged very, very well, because shipping was not cheap. I actually got my set from Battalion JP. This is not sponsored, by the way. Yep. And if you buy from Battalion and you want to import to your country, do not go with C-mail, because you can damage the controllers. So mine actually came with the box. Let me just get this bubble wrap off. Check out that box art. See that? Let me just move the camera. Oh yeah, that's a great shot. That is really freaking cool. This is what it looks like on all sides. I'm so happy I got the box too. This is just really, really awesome. Yeah. So now we're gonna take the controller out of the box. And there's a bunch of Japanese text on the inside, which I obviously can't read. So that's pretty cool. So here's the right block. Oh, it's actually really hard to tell on camera, but yeah, it's a little bit yellowed. Yeah, it's actually not that heavy. I expected this to be a lot heavier. But anyway, so that's the right block. I'm just going to set this here for a sec, and then I'll move the box out of the way. Here's the left block. Yeah, this is honestly just a bit dusty. It doesn't look that bad. But here's the left block. And then the middle block and the foot pedals are both in here. So there's the center block. Not too bad. Just a little bit of, cleaning and it'll be fine. Unfortunately, it looks like it's missing the Allen key, but that's not a big deal. But here are the foot pedals. You got 3 pedals. I believe the rightmost one is for boosting, or like, gas. It's like gas pedal, you go forward. That feels pretty good. Brakes, and then this one is to dodge, if I'm not mistaken. The foot pedals are actually probably the heaviest part about it all. Yeah, this just has a bunch of dust on it, but otherwise, it'll probably work just fine. So I'm gonna move this out of the way. And I'll just line it all up together. Okay. So there you go. That's what it looked like if it were properly hooked up together. And the foot pedals are obviously on the ground. So yeah, I'm gonna cut to the part where it's all hooked up, and I'll show it hopefully running on my Xbox. Alright, so I got my Xbox set up. Here's my controller. I plugged it in, and luckily it works. The reason why I say that is because when I bought this from Battalion, this controller was listed as 4 parts because it was untested. To be more specific, they called it junk. But anyway, without further ado, I'm going to show you some gameplay with this controller. I'm not going to look like a total noob because it's been a few weeks since I have had this controller, so I've played through this game a little bit. But we're just going to start here on mission 1. So this is after the first mission where you just got to destroy 2 VTs. This mission involves just basically going out onto the field and taking out, it says right there, 70% of the enemy forces. So it'll load pretty quick. And then we get started. when you play this game for the first time, it feels really awkward, the controls and how it all works, because you have to kind of understand what these sticks do. But startup is easy. You press cockpit hatch first, then ignition, and then you gotta flick these toggle switches over here. Now in the first game, these toggle switches are just used for that startup animation. And so what I like to do is once I've started up the VT this far, then I just like to flip these back, just because, you know, when you go to respawn the next time, or when you play the next mission, then you can immediately just flip them back. But anyway, so once you flip those up, then you'll see those bars going at the top of the screen, and then you just gotta press this red start at the correct time. So all the bars have to be past that one line with a little arrow after the 50% mark, and that's how you start it. And there you go. So, like I said in the unboxing part of this video, I'm pressing on the right pedal to go forward. You can change your speed with the gear lever here. And you're off. So now it's just a matter of taking out the enemies. This is honestly such a cool video game. I'm so happy that I bought this controller. Even though, yeah, it did cost a lot, but man, is it worth it. I'm going to take out these small defenses here if I'm close enough. Oh, almost got shot. Alright, I'm going to go for one of the bigger vertical tanks. VTs for short. That's not a VT, but I still want to destroy that anyway. Neither is that. Oh, wait, these guys are blocking my way. This little thumbstick on the left control, on the left stick, allows you to aim the camera, and this lets you turn the entire tank. Whereas this stick on the right kind of controls the main gun. As you can see it crossing over the screen there, that's the main gun. Well, it's not just the main gun, it's also the sub gun. See the little machine gun I'm shooting at these small forces on the ground. But that sub gun, that sub weapon, is not as much in your face, so that's why I kind of just said that it controls the big one. See how this one can go into my face if I point it left, even though I'm going forward? Yeah, so it takes some getting used to when you first play this game, because you would think that this stick would move the entire camera. Oh, almost tipped there. Yes, you can tip over the VT if you turn too fast and move. So you have to really regulate your speed with caution. Oh, I just dodged into that shot. Did I hit it? I think that was a miss. Yeah, that was a miss. Boom, that's gone. think some of my allies took out some of the bigger VTs, so now I just gotta take out these small. There you go. That was 70%. I just had to take out some of the small troops, and there you go. So it seems pretty straightforward. I'm gonna play the next mission just for fun, but as you can see, basically everything on this controller works. You know, all the ones light up. This one of these two are kind of dim-ish, but they do work for now. So that's one of the faults of buying this blue set, because there were two versions of this controller. There's a green set, which is obviously not the one that I have here, and then there's the blues, which is these blue colored face buttons. And one of the flaws with this one is that these LEDs for the buttons tend to burn out, unlike the greens. They're more resilient. But the beauty of the blues is that the foot pedals have a different mechanism on the inside, which makes it easier to repair, because both greens and blues have a flaw where if you don't remove one of the springs on each of the foot pedals, it could snap the entire foot pedal like housing, and then it makes it basically impossible to play. So one of the things I'll probably do in the next video I upload about this is I'm going to show how to one spring a blue set, because it's really, really simple. I don't think there's a video on it, but I'm going to make one anyway. Lefishy SB, however, made a video showcasing how you do it for the green set, so I'll probably link that in the description of that video. But anyway, that's for another time. For now, we're just showcasing this controller that I got. And okay, so this one I think is the one where you just go up the mountain. Yeah, so all I have to do is there's a bunch of VTs on the mountain, and the purpose of this mission was to kind of teach the player that, hey, there are different elevations or something. So, you know, take advantage of that. Find a way to get to higher ground. See, I already flipped those back from before, so I can flip them up now, and then once those over there fill up, then you can flip them back. In the second game, in Steel Battalion Line of Contact, which is a multiplayer-only version of this game, if you toggle these off, they actually do something, but not in this game. This is the first one, just regular, plain old state Steel Battalion, no other words to it. Oops, hit a wall. Rotate. And now we go. You can see on the little screen up there, there's an enemy over there. You can see on the little screen up there with the map, you can see all the enemies are in red, so I have to take them all out. That VITS is moving, so that's why I can't really hit it. Nice. There's a button right here, which is for 2nd and 3rd gen vertical tanks, VTs, which says FSS, and that basically stands for, I think, Forecast Shooting System. And basically what it does is, on those tanks, when you enable that feature, if a VT, such as that VITS there, is moving, and shooting, it will basically shoot ahead of where they are. So kind of like compensating for bullet drop, if that makes sense. And if you saw what I did there while moving, one of the things you really kind of got to get used to is moving while shooting even though you're not quite facing the right way. So that's kind of the beauty of this thumbstick on the left here, is that you can aim the camera within like a 180 degree view. So I cannot, for example, look all the way behind me. It's pretty limited. It's more than 180, but it looks almost all the way around, but not quite. But the beauty is that you can aim this camera even though you're going the completely wrong direction. But if you ever get lost and you don't know, like, oh, how do I recenter my gun? You press the little thumbstick and then you're good. So I'm going to climb this hill here so that I can shoot these guys off to the side here. See, there's one. It's a Vitz. You can actually see, because sometimes it looks like you're close enough that your shots should hit. On the screen, you can see if I hit or miss. It'll say when I fire a shot. See, it says hit, right below reload and maiden. Okay, there's some more tanks here that are shooting at me. This one's Vortex. We don't want to fall off the cliff. Boom. There you go. Got rid of the Vitz. Now there's just those few mortars there and two more VTs in the distance. There we go. Now it's just these mortars. And there you go. Piece of cake. To be fair though, I have played this mission a few times already. The furthest I've gotten so far in this game is up to mission 7, and there's something like 20 or so missions. So, okay, I think I'll do this one too, and then I will call it there for the video. So I think, yeah, I have everything I need. I'm just gonna go. Oh, I didn't show the briefing, but all you have to do is basically you have to get to a certain point on the map without obviously dying. So, startup sequence is the same. You press the cockpit hatch, then ignition, and then you flip the switches, and then start. And I can flip these back. And there we go. And we're up and running. It's always best to start in the lowest gear. You have to kind of treat these VTs like a manual transmission car. You want to like incrementally shift it up. Because you can in fact start in the 3rd gear, or at least that's what I've noticed, is that you can start in the 3rd gear, but it will be a lot slower to get going, so I'm going to keep it in the 3rd. Oh, okay, actually that went. Anyway. I know for sure you cannot start in the 5th. Or you can, okay, you can start in the 5th, but it's slow to get up to speed. Anyway, we don't want to be in 5th. We don't need to be that fast. Okay, there's some VTs at the edge of the bridge. It's always good to keep an eye on the map because you can see if projectiles are heading towards you. He's preoccupied by my allies, that Vortex. I was gonna hit the bridge. Nope. Oh, that was a hit. Okay, there's another guy over there, and there's one to my left as well. But we're gonna focus our attention on that Vitz. Oops, accidentally crashed into the dying Vortex. Okay, dial it back a few notches so I can get the speed faster. There's some more tanks in the hill. Okay, they took care of that one, so now there's just those guys up there. So I don't have to kill them. In fact, I can just run. Because the point is to get to a certain point. You don't have to kill them all. And that's exactly what I will do. I'm just going to run to the point. Okay, we're going to avoid that other guy because I'm just going to go right through. So again, to avoid out of the way, you gotta just... Oh geez, okay. I missed that one. I was talking. To avoid the shots, you just gotta press the... Basically what would be the clutch on a manual transmission. It's the third pedal on the left that I showed in the video. Okay, so now they are behind me. If I just keep going, then it will tell me I completed it. This chafe button basically stops explosives from hitting you. And there you go. You should always pay attention to the whatchamacallit, the mission briefing page, because it tells you exactly what you got to do to beat each level. So this next mission, which I won't do in this video because I just want to demonstrate that this is working great, which it is. So this next mission, basically all that happens is you just... There's like a battleship at the edge of a port, and you have to basically just take down the battleship. So there's some parts of the map where you can fall through, it's like netting or whatever. If you go on those parts, you will obviously destroy your VT, and if you don't eject, you will kill your pilot. Which I haven't shown because I guess I just haven't been close to dying, but whenever you're about to die, you flip up this little thing, and then you press this and eject, and you're good. But for anyone who gets a controller like this, I'm just going to show you what you can do to test every single input, and then I'll call it there for the video. So once everything loads, you plug in the controller to the front of the Xbox. It doesn't matter which port you plug it into. You press this button to start the game. Main weapon, this big square thing. Not this one. I initially thought that this main weapon controls would start the game. But as you can see, pressing it does nothing. So to start the game, you press this. And then if you want to test your controllers, you go down to config using the sight change thumbstick. Press main weapon to accept. And then scroll down to controller settings. And then go to controller function verification, and it brings up a menu that looks like this, and then you can test every single input. So you'll see as I go along, they'll light up here and on the screen. So eject, cockpit hatch, ignition, start, multi-monitor open close, map zoom in and out, mode select, sub-monitor mode select. So the sub-monitor shows you like who you're targeting in the middle. Main monitor, zoom in, zoom out. Okay, F1, tank detach, forecast shooting system, F2, override, manipulator, F3, night scope, line color change, washing, extinguisher, chafe, main, sub, magazine change, communication buttons, all work. This goes all the way around. And it even goes past this point because it would be weird to just make only this much of the dial, so they just made it go all the way around but didn't label it here for whatever reason. These switches work, as you can see. Obviously, I'm going to be able to start the game. The lever is recognized as I push it through, up and down. This one moves left and right, no problem. This stick has no drift. All these buttons work. There's the gas, which you can't see because it's below the table, brake, and then of course the dodge button. And that's it. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, all good. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.